sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
On the run for Green Bay.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to go deep for Funchess. Almost able to intercept it. That's what he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The tackle made at the 36.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
43-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. and that's Damian Ratley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well, so they'll take many of those same.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On the play, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
With the handoff to Aaron.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On the delay, Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on 3rd down. And Adams has it, complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run it with Jones. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
To throw is Rodgers on third down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Again, he was looking for Davante Adams, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Now 4th down.
So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Complete.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
The stop made.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
A gain of
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Preston Smith there on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was awesome by the defense.
He's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
43-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So
man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams. As the first half is winding down, and the Packers add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Packers 10, Browns nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Well, he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. It's out. Smith lost it, and the Packers pick it up. But they will not be able to capitalize as take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
You're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit it with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there. Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And some room to work. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Ito Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
He'll buy some time right. Looking deep. The guy's man complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 46 yards. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Makes the score.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead with the matching touchdown a moment ago. And we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown. But the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got jhontae04's big tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
He was covered by Guy.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far. And it was again on the last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw again. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. from the shotgun. They run with Smith. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Smith. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go now with Smith. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Ito Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Packers 17. Browns 14.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? After the penalty, it's Jones. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Larry Ogunjobi on the tackle. A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 21-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
Rodgers.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Looking deep for Adams. Incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
The tackle by...
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A run with Jones on first down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. Second down coming up. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go with Jones. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this Browns defense stands tall. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They begin with a run by Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
42-yard line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it again with Smith. Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
A first down carry for Smith. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. He will be brought down, but a first and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Try to punch it in with Smith. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
And goal at the Packers' 3-yard line.
On second down now, it's Smith. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Smith. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Smith taking it in. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Browns 28, Packers 17.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. They had to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Battle for it here, and this will be caught.
Rodgers.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hand seam. And that should just about put a camera on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Cleveland, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.